But yeah, so got some weather coming on. I'm in Wisconsin too, in case you know that.
Oh, fair. I'm in Virginia right now, but
Ah,
not for much longer. We're moving back to New York, so I'm stoked about that.
Where in New York?
Upstate,
Yeah,
like
where
the
where
upstate area.
yeah, that's where I am. Where in upstate?
Oh, like close to Syracuse. So I grew up around like the Syracuse area.
That's where
uh-oh.
I'm from.
Oh,
I'm
nice.
in
Yeah, I
I'm
was.
in I'm in Liverpool, if you know where
Oh,
Liverpool
yeah, I
is.
know exactly where Liverpool is. I was actually listening to, I think it was like not your latest one, but maybe the one right before it. And you were talking about Syracuse. And I was like, maybe he's from Syracuse. And I was like, that'd be crazy. I actually, after I graduated college, I lived on Tip Hill, like Bryan Street, for a
Yep.
little bit. And I woke up every morning, I'd hear like the elephants and stuff at the zoo. So yeah, I know Syracuse. Yeah, it's a fun spot.
Well, man, Chris, someone's actually gonna move to your area.
I don't know how to feel about it.
Well, I grew up there. So like I grew up in upstate New York. So I spent 25 years up there before I started moving down south and stuff. So I mean, the winners will be the winners again, but you
Yeah.
know, it's what it is.
Yeah,
It's
I did the same thing. I lived up here for 21 years. We moved down south for 8 years and then we came back. Not by choice, but circumstances, and
gotcha.
we're still here 8 years later. That made me feel really old. 20 years, 8 years, and 8 years. God.
I know. I, tell me about it, man. Like I feel you there. So
I better go take some ibuprofen right now.
I know. This is like usually the time I'm like getting ready to like get ready to go to bed, take some melatonin, and just like chill out. So I'm like, you guys got me up. You guys got me late, so I'm awake tonight. So it's good.
Well, we're glad we have you.
Yeah, I know. I'm stoked to be chatting with you guys tonight. It's fun.
Yeah, we love having people on that are passionate about music as much as we are, right, Chris?
Yeah, if not more passionate than us sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. Sometimes. But
That's fair.
we'll get started now,
Yeah,
let's get
awesome.
started. We leave a lot of this stuff in if you've listened to our interviews
I
anyway.
have.
So
Yeah, I like it. Yeah. I mean,
we
would
like
we
our
be
stuff to
like,
be as real as possible, right?
yeah, exactly. And I feel like I wouldn't be true to myself if I didn't talk about weather, like upon like like a first interaction too. It's like, oh, how's the weather? It's
I
typically
think
how
that's
every interaction goes
I
with me.
think weather is just something everyone can relate to.
Yeah, yeah.
So
And as I've gotten older, I just like to look at storms and look out the oh, there's a storm coming. So yeah.
it's the elder emo in us.
It is absolutely the elder emo in us for sure.
So besides being a fun elder emo who does covers,
Yeah.
what else can you tell people about yourselves that they can get to know you a little better?
Yeah, so my name's Kyle, obviously by like the emo covers by Kyle. But yeah, I love playing music. I've been playing music my whole life. Had a lot of awesome people throughout my whole childhood, friends, and I've tried to surround myself with people that are just a lot better than me. It keeps me motivated to get better and just keep having fun with it. But outside of music, I love to travel. My wife and I love traveling. I think that's a very cliche answer. Like we love to travel, but we like to go to a lot of fun places. Last year we were in Spain, Korea, Japan. We base everything around like really cool things to do and food. I love to eat. I love to run. Running is a lot of fun, and I like to build Lego. Like those are like the things that I like to do a lot. So yeah, it's I would say it's like the typical like mid 30 like answer like but that's what I do. It's
That
fun stuff.
that's it, Jess. When he comes up, we're gonna be going to shows together. We're gonna be traveling. I mean, all those
Yo.
places you mentioned, like I'd love to go to. Actually, I'm working with my wife right now and really trying hard to convince her to go to Greece next year.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You know you have to get on a plane though for those places, right,
God,
Chris?
I know, I know.
Are you not a
I'll
plane guy?
No, I'm not. As a matter of fact, my friend Mike was like, "Yo, we should do a trip together. We should, go overseas somewhere." He's like, "Let's go to Germany or something." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"But we both suck at flying. We would both have to be sedated. We are gonna wake up and be like, 'Where are we?'"
Right. That's
Um,
fair.
but yeah, no,
You
I'm
have to
not a
take
good
someone
flyer.
with you that can keep an eye on you both then.
Yeah, that's why we decide we have to take the wives with us. so somebody can, get us off the plane.
Right. I love flying. I don't know. Like I know some people don't love it. I love to fly. I don't like being on boats. Like I get super seasick. So like I can't do boats, but like I fly so frequently with like my job. So I'm like that doesn't bother me now. But like, yeah, get me on like a boat. I'm like, give me all the Dramamine. Like, cause it's not gonna be good if I don't have it. So
So no emo, it's not dead cruises for you.
no, I would love to go to it, but I think I get kicked off. Like we get to that first port and they'd be like, "All right, man, listen. You've just been puking this whole time from seasickness. Maybe you should just go, like not be on this anymore." Yeah. It'd be awesome. It looks, I always see all like the videos and stuff and they look awesome, but yeah, not I can't do the emo. It's not Ted Cruz. I don't think I'd make it.
I think I would, but I can't afford it.
I know that's another yeah, that's another part of it too. I don't know, like it's like an arm and a leg for like anything, and then like split it with your friends. And I was like, like, that's still a lot of money, man.
Right?
But
Better
gotta
off
respect
just
the hustle, I guess.
it's true. You gotta respect
Yeah,
it. And I mean, some people can afford it. The people that
yeah,
can afford it can go, but
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
we'll just
just
live
not for me.
vicariously through them. And,
Exactly. Yeah.
or
I love the
FOMO.
videos that I see. Yeah, and I'm like, that looks awesome. I'm now watching it from my couch. So. Hey,
So,
you do what you do.
so I gotta ask, so
Yeah.
who would you say your gateway artist or band was that got you into emo music?
Oh, it's so funny. I was thinking of like, oh, I'm wondering like some things that they might ask, and this was definitely one of the things I was like, oh, they'll probably ask this. And so there's two. So Blink 182 was like the one that like introduced me to like pop punk and like just that genre of music. And I give credit to my mom on that because she like back in like the late 90s there was like this magazine subscription thing that you could do, but you could like pick CDs and like they would ship you the CDs. It was like the Netflix of CDs at that time. And it was like 1999. I was in fifth grade and she had Enema of the State and she let me listen to it, which I don't know if she was happy that she let me listen to it for a few years after, but like they're the ones that really introduced me. I was like, this music is nothing like I've heard like out on the radio and stuff at that point. And I was like, wow, this is awesome. And then obviously, all the small things and What's My Age Again blew up on like MTV and stuff, which was cool. So I was seeing that. So those guys really got me into it. And then in like 2002, Taking Back Sunday came out with Cute with Tell All Your Friends, and that album just that solidified it for me. Then I was just like, oh, this whole genre exists, and then I started listening to like Jimmy Eat World and all that stuff. So those two were probably my big ones.
I saw Chris smirk when you said Taking Back Sunday.
Yeah, Jess doesn't like Um,
That's fair. They get like there's a lot of hot takes on them. You either like them, you don't like them. So
It's true.
yeah, I was very late to, well, I say very late to the Taking Back Sunday, but I didn't hear of them until Where You Want to Be came out.
oh
And I
okay.
was introduced by a girlfriend at the time, and it was like 11 o'clock at night, and we were just hanging out on some random loading dock behind a Staples. And she's like, "Yo, have you heard this?" And she put it on, and I'm like, "No, what is it?" And she just gushed about it, and that's how I got into Taking Back Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I was like force fed Taking Back Sunday from a
Mm,
friend, and she wouldn't stop playing it. So she kind of made me hate them even more. So,
that's fair. That's
yeah,
fair. For me, it was like the dual vocals and like the harmonizing with it, and I was just like, my mind was like blown, and I was like, oh yeah, this is amazing for me. Two
you know what, though?
singers.
I like so many other amazing bands that it's okay if I don't like Taking Back Sunday, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I listen to it every day that people are like, Adam can't sing. And I was like, yeah, there have been performances where I'm like, whoa, dude. But then there's other times that like some of my most memorable shows I've been to involve Taking Back Sunday. So it's like, it's a lot of nostalgia for me. And it's like, yeah, it just hits home. So yeah, but teach their own, There are some big bands that I don't like that other people are like, how can you not like them? And I'm just like, I don't know, man. Just
I don't
not
know.
huge into
Like
them.
who?
Yeah. Well, I
I'm
think like
calling
the
him
hot
out. I'm
take,
calling him out.
yeah, the hot take right now that everyone's like obsessed with that is like Sleep Token. I can't do it. I've tried and I'm just like, I can't get into the hype of them. This is probably like a big hot take. Like I like some of their hits, but like I'm not the biggest Green Day fan in the world. Like they're okay. Like I like Dookie and I like this like some of their big hits, but like especially like after American Idiot, I was just like eh, I could live with them or live without them at that
Yeah.
point, you
I
know?
mean,
So
I definitely grew up with like Dookie. That was probably my first Green Day CD that I
yeah,
got. But I mean, yeah, I'm not a huge like I haven't kept up with them over the
yeah,
years after a certain point, you know?
yeah,
Like
yeah. They just kind of
you
like
you
they're
eventually
there,
get other bands that you're more into than certain ones you
100%.
grew up with.
Yeah,
But I
and
do
there are
agree
those
with like
ones.
Sleep Token because I haven't really gotten into them either.
I just
But then
can't.
again, I don't know if I really listened to a lot of their stuff yet.
I've tried and I've made it maybe 30 to 45 seconds in each song before I'm like, no,
Yeah,
I
it's just
I,
I'm just
I
like,
can't.
See, Chris, now somebody recently posted, I think it was, what's his name? I forgot now, Matt Bunting or something like that.
oh
Or
yeah, I saw. I
he was
think I saw
posting a
that.
thing about like
Yep.
gimmicks and stuff.
Hmm.
And I'm like, well, a lot of people do fall for the gimmicks and they may like a band that's not that great, but because they have a fun gimmick, they follow along to it.
Yeah.
Like ICP?
Huh, yeah, ICP. Oh yeah, I was a huge ICP fan went back in the day because my brother was super into them and stuff. The Great Malenko, man, the Great
Yeah.
Malenko.
So
I had a couple friends that were into them growing up.
who was your gateway band, Jess? We've talked about this a long time ago and I just don't remember.
I feel like some of it might have been like, I don't know, MXPX. I feel
Mm,
like because or like Tony Hawk Pro Skater, you had like Goldfinger
yeah.
because
Yeah.
Superman and that stuff. Like, I don't know. I listened to a lot of rock music because my brother was into rock music. So I mean, like he listened to Disturbed
Mm.
and all that, and he probably got me into Green Day, honestly. And then I got a Dookie CD for my birthday. I had a Ja Rule CD at the same time too. So I mean, I
I
was
had a
into all
Ja Rule
sorts of
CD.
stuff. Ja
Ja
Rule
Rule
was
was
great
awesome.
back then.
He was great back then.
And
Yeah,
I
he
loved
was.
Coolio, I'm very into old school hip hop.
All right. Nice.
It's good stuff. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
So you play multiple instruments. How did you get started into playing music?
Yeah. I just so when I was younger, I had to get babysat, like most kids do, and like the woman that babysat us, she had three kids at the time, and one was like 2 years older than I was, and he was really into music, and he had already started playing like guitar and stuff like that, and so I was like, oh, this looks awesome, like I want to start learning how to do this. So then I like begged to get like a little keyboard. So like my parents gave me a little keyboard, so I started learning that type of stuff, and then after that, I just started to like have like a little bit of a knack for it. Like I could like do like basic little things, and then from there it was fun, but then I was like I really wanted to like play guitar. I thought like guitar was like you're a rock star if you're playing guitar. So like I started learning how to play guitar, started taking lessons, and then my buddy who was 2 years older than me, I was watching him. He taught me how to play Damn It by Blink-182 on guitar, which was awesome. And then being around him, he started being in bands. So then I was able to play like drums and learn like some of that stuff. And then I just like never let it leave me. Like I started doing like band. I think I started band in fifth grade, playing the trumpet and then playing through like middle school. And then really, I kind of left band, but really focusing on like guitar, piano, and drums and just playing those. And then think I was like maybe 15 when I finally got the courage to like actually sing in front of people, which was the hardest thing I think to do because like I just like before I like hit puberty, like it was bad. It was like bad. And like I don't know, after I hit puberty, I could like sing a little bit better and hold the tune. So then it was just like practicing that. But it's always been a part of me for like as long as I can remember. And even just like tapping and like my parents say I used to tap and hit everything and like pretend everything was drums. So it's like, I don't know, man. I'm definitely like, I'm not like a prodigy like these people like that you see, but like, it's just fun. It's a part of me. So yeah, we'll always do it because it just brings me so much joy. So
Yeah.
Just,
yeah.
just tapping everything in sight reminds me of that guy that plays the bucket drum in the shower with a horse
Yes, yes.
horse
That's
mask on.
such a fun one. Yeah. Right. Yeah,
Well,
he goes hard too. That horse mask goes crazy,
Yeah.
man.
you definitely play more instruments than me. I don't play any.
I feel like I get like decent at all of them, but like I'm not a master of any. Like, a jack of all trades. It's like
Wow.
I'll start getting like decent, and then like I'll be like, oh, I want to start learning this now, or I want to start to do this. And so like my brain is just like pulling me in different directions all the time with like what I want to do. I've been on like a drum kick for a while, which has been fun because like just trying to get better and better at that. But like lately I've been getting back into playing like my keyboard and stuff. So it's like these weird, like cyclical, like rhythms that I do. I
Yeah,
Have
I
you?
tried playing guitar back in the day, but it didn't
Me
turn
too.
out.
Ha- have you tried pulling any of those into like making like a band at all, or have you been in one in the past?
Yeah, so I was in bands in like high school. So actually I was like not long ago I was looking through some old like videos and I saw one from like it was 2006, so I was a junior in high school and I was in a band called Blind Tuesday. A couple of my friends asked me to like be in it and I was like, yeah, sweet. And our drummer was amazing. Just leagues above the rest of us in the band, but I we played a relay, like the relay for life walks that they do for like breast cancer. And we got to play, and I sang "Letters to You" by Finch. So we like full band did that. So that was a lot of fun. And then in college, I did a lot of like acoustic stuff. So I went with a couple of my friends. They were a year younger than me. So it was two guitars, myself and this other kid, Dan. And then our friend Roman would do like keys or like sometimes do ukulele. And like Roman and Dan would, and Roman and I would sing, and Dan would pretty much just play guitar. And that was a lot of fun. So we do like some covers, we do some original stuff, but that was all through college. And then after that, it's just been like I've traveled and moved so much with like my job that like I play like a little bit, but mostly like just at home for my wife now. She has to hear me. And then like it was really cool to start, doing this stuff on like Instagram and TikTok, like doing these covers. And it's just there's such a cool like group of people that like that kind of music like still, and it's fun to see. It's a fun little community.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny because like we came across, I think you followed us.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, well, this is fun. I love a good cover. You know,
Yeah.
you did do a lot of drumming ones, that's for sure.
Yeah, because like I had so many that like I had done and then just like didn't post, and so then I like redo them and post, and then like I finally one day was just like, you know what, like I don't have all these like mics and stuff, but I'm just like I have good acoustics in my kitchen. Like I'll just do an acoustic cover of a song that I'm comfortable with in my kitchen, and
Yeah.
then that was fun. And then I was just like, oh, it's another avenue because it's like I can't just like turn out drum covers all the time. And I try my best to post like one cover a week, but like I get busy and like it's hard. And like, I'll try to bulk record. It's like, but it takes longer for me to learn a song on drums than it typically does on like guitar.
Yeah.
So it takes me a little bit more time, but yeah, no, it's fun. But yeah, you guys came across like my page. I was like scrolling, it was like a suggested for you. And I was like, oh, this is cool. So I started looking into it and I was like, oh, they talk about music and like music I like. I was like, yeah, of course I'm gonna follow them. That sounds awesome. So yeah.
Yeah, you were talking about how you were like learning to do the covers and you have to redo them and all that. Is that
Yeah.
something you think like is a hard thing? Like you struggle with doing the covers?
I think the thing that I struggle with when I'm doing the covers is like I just like my personality type and like who I am, I'm so like critical of what I'm doing. And so like I'll do it, and like if I'm playing drums, I'm like, I missed this note, so I'm gonna redo this take. And then it's like, or I just didn't like how this sounds. I think this could be cleaner, or like my voice didn't do exactly what I wanted to, or like this one string sounded muted. So I'm just like repeating. So like sometimes I can get them done in like 1, 2 takes. Sometimes it's like 15 takes. Some days I'm just like, today's not the day. Like I'll come back the next day because I'm just like, I'm getting frustrated and that's not the point of it. So I'll just come back the next day when I'm like fresh and it's like, oh, this is fun. So
Yeah, that's like me with
yeah.
social media stuff. It takes me like a bazillion takes before I find one I like of me
Right.
talking, just talking.
Right. Right.
I'm not playing no instruments. And yeah,
Yeah.
you know, you've covered so many different bands too in
Yeah.
such a short period of time. Like you have Dashboard Confessionals, Paramore, Simple Plan, Blink
Yeah.
182, etc.
Yeah.
Uh, what are some of the favorite ones you've done?
Uh, yeah, that's a great question. I think favorite ones I've done in our genre, like the Simple Plan one was super fun. The What's New Scooby Doo, that one was really fun just because it was like, I've been seeing since like last year when we were Young Fest, like all of the videos, like when they play the song, they have like the Scooby Doo outfit, and I was like, that's cool. And I'm like, how can I incorporate this into like this cover? So that was like my first attempt at like shooting. Like I still only have one camera, so I was shooting it twice and then editing it to like just line up. So for me, like personally, that was like a big accomplishment. I was like, oh, I can actually kind of do this with like these transitions, and then it was just a really fun song. And then like not a couple weeks ago, like Simple Plan like shared it on their story and commented on it. So like to me, I was like, I'm done. I won. Like I'm good. Like I don't have to do anything anymore. But it was just kind of cool because it was like I worked so hard on that one, and then to see like people seem to enjoy it. It got a lot of shares, and then like Simple Plan liked it. I was like, wow, like it was just a little validating. So that one definitely for drums, and then probably recently, the Screaming Infidelities was like a big one for me, just because it's so vocally challenging, like towards the end there, and then just like it's open detuning, and there's just a lot going on. So like getting that to where I was like, yeah, I'd be comfortable sharing this out. I felt pretty good. So it's hard to narrow it down to what my favorite, because I feel like each one is my favorite until I like post the next one, because I'm like, oh, I'm really proud of this one. And then I'm like, oh, but I'm really proud of this one. So yeah. But those two always stick out
They're all
for
your
me.
babies.
They are, it's like I know like I didn't write the songs. I'm not a songwriter. I can't do it. I'm not good at it. It seems like, it's like a third grader wrote it. It's just I can't get the rhythm down. It's just not for me. But like covering songs is like my outlet. And like that's like it's fun. So I put a lot of work into it. I put a lot of passion, and like it's cool to see like not just my wife or my family enjoys it. Like, it's like cool to see like other people. They're like, oh man, I haven't thought of this band, or I haven't thought of this song in like years. And then they see it and then they think of it. Cause that's how I am. Like, I see someone post something like, from like May, or I see like, Matchbook Romance, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I haven't thought of these guys in a minute. Like, let me listen to them again. So it's fun.
Oh, Matchbook Romance.
They're so
One
good.
one of my top five bands.
Yeah, they're so good. I think I might be covering one of their songs here soon. Been working on it, but they're so fun. They're so fun. I
I
miss
miss
them.
them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you recently posted a piano cover of Existentialia's Existential. Oh my God. That on prom night, okay?
Yes,
Which
existentialist.
thank you. Which I always felt was a severely underrated song.
Yeah.
Looking back at the early 2000s emo songs, is there any other song you feel like should have gotten more light, should have gotten more attention that didn't?
Oh, that's a really good question.
It's a tough one.
From from way back then, trying to think, because that song is usually my go-to answer, is like existential on prom. That whole album is just amazing. But that's usually my go-to answer. So now I'm trying to think of like what my second answer would be from around that time. Because I'm trying not to default to like a Taking Back Sunday song either. Because there's so many. I'm like, this one should have been bigger. This one should have been bigger. Um, I mean, well, it's big now, but like I don't think it was huge back in the day. I didn't appreciate it for what it was, but Constantine is always one that like screams to me. Like now it's huge, like, and everyone knows it and everyone loves it, and it's finally getting that credit. But like I feel like when I first heard it, I was like, I don't have 9 minutes to listen to this, and now I'm like, I will give you all of my 9 minutes to listen to this song on repeat, like. But yeah, you took my first answer. That's always
Yeah.
going to be my answer.
I'm like,
That so good.
fun fact, I wasn't huge Something Corporate fan in the beginning.
Yeah.
No.
I
They grew on me over the years.
yeah, I think I started to appreciate something corporate more when Jack's Mannequin was like around, like when
I
he was
think
like
I think that's
switched
about
into
what I
Jack's
did.
Mannequin.
Like,
Yeah,
oh, Jack's Mannequin came out and I was like really into them and then I started listening to Soko again and I was like, "Oh, well now I get it. Now I really
yeah,
am into it." And now I love like something corporate and everything. And Constantine is a great song.
yeah. I've recorded that one, so that one's going to be coming out here in the next couple weeks. Portion of that, but that's like there's so many great parts of that song. It's like how do you narrow it down to 1 minute? And you're like, what do I want to do? But yeah, that's song is amazing. But existentialism on prom night now, Chris. I can't say it. As it like builds up and at the end when he's like just like full vocal like yelling, I'm like, oh, you got me. Like it's 100% in the feels. Like that song is like the perfect swell of like build up for emotion. Yeah, I'll die on that hill. That's
Yeah,
a great
that
song.
and I remember that music video being extremely like touching as well, like
Yeah,
very emotionally wrought.
yeah, it's that I think that's the best way to say it. It's like it's emotionally raw, and you're just watching these people on like it looks like a morning commute. It could be evening, but it looks like a morning commute on that train. And I'm like, that's got to be like the LIRR, and they're just going. But then like watching them all sing, I'm like, oh, you got me. Like, yeah, it's a great one.
Existentialism. Sorry.
Existentialism
Yeah.
existentialism
Existentialism?
extra no there's no extra T in there.
Yeah. I also had no idea what that word meant in 2002. I think when that song came out, I was like, yeah, cool. I'm here for it. I don't know what this means, but I'm here for it.
That's it. We're just gonna make a reel about this and be like, so can you say it? Can you say
No,
existentialism?
existentialism. So you also recently asked on social media, like if you had a friend trying to get into pop punk or emo, what
Yeah.
album would you give them? What's your answer to that question?
Oh, yeah. That's so I think I I'm gonna probably do Tell All Your Friends, Taking Back Sunday, or if you're looking for something more like I guess like more upbeat, like really pop punkish, I would go like A Lesson in Romantics by Mayday Parade. Like that is one I can listen. That's like front to back, no skip for me. Every song on that is like gold. And I think it like really encompasses like the super high energy and like, there's definitely like some angst in there. That I just those two albums, I'm like, I would be like, here, like just listen to these and you'd get two different perspectives, but like it would, yeah, that's that. Because I'd also like, I want to go Newfound Glory too. There's so many, but
Yeah,
those two.
Jess,
What about y'all?
Jess, what would yours be? Do two of them,
I
two
don't
of them.
remember if I answered it on there.
Yeah, I'm
I
trying to remember. I feel like you did,
I
but
feel
I
like
can't
I
remember.
couldn't
mine
decide.
Okay, so mine would be this is a bit of a blur. Because I would want to go with one that like kind of crosses genres a little bit, like eases somebody into it. So I'd probably go with June if you speak any faster.
I haven't thought of June in a minute. Yeah. All right. Okay.
And then Discovering the Waterfront by Silverstein.
Silverstein. Yeah, that's a good one too.
Well, I mean, I could just say story of the year until the day I die, but
What? No, the album, Jess.
well, Page Avenue,
Thank
Yeah.
you. Gosh,
the
they're your
Also a
album.
great
favorite
album.
band. Don't mess up the question or
Fine,
answer. Sorry.
fine. I just picked a song that depicts emo. Until the day I die, I spill my heart for you. Come on.
Yeah, that's a good one. I was playing that this afternoon on drums. So
Yeah,
I'm
I didn't
trying.
answer on your
Yeah,
post.
I
I
couldn't
said that's a
remember.
tough one. So
Yes,
many
that
greats.
yeah. I knew you commented, I just couldn't remember. Yeah,
I was like, I know I commented, but I just
yeah.
couldn't decide. I mean, you could go all the way back to just being like Hawthorne Heights,
Yeah.
that whole album.
Yeah. I like and the thing that like I like that question too, because it's like it's just a fun question to like, see what people say, but also I'm like, maybe I should listen to this album again, or maybe I haven't heard of this one and I should listen to this one. And it's cool to hear like people's like opinions. So, and I'm not gonna hate. Like, I don't care. Like, if you think one thing's like pop punk, one thing's emo. If it is, it isn't. I'm like, cool. Like, if that's what you think, like that's awesome, man. Like,
I
I'm
just
here for it.
remember
Yeah.
in high school, I was with a bunch of friends. There was like a friend group, and we used to go to like high school band, like just there were bands in high school and we went to their
Yeah.
shows, like local shows and everything. And then I started getting into like Good Charlotte, Little
Oh
Things
yeah.
and all that stuff. So that was like kind of what pushed me more into like the scene, I guess, was
Yeah.
Good Charlotte.
I like Good Charlotte. I used to get, I feel like, I don't know. So like, I don't know about y'all, but like, I feel like Good Charlotte was like, people like made fun of me for liking Good Charlotte. So I'd be like, no, I don't like Good Charlotte. But I was like, but I like Good Charlotte. You know what I mean? Like,
No, Good Charlotte was the ABBA of our generation.
yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yeah. Yeah.
Chris, you know who Good Charlotte is? Because I feel like I asked you if you like Joel Madden and you were like, who's that?
I don't remember that. But going back a second, you
Quick
said,
segue.
yeah, no, you said Hawthorne Heights. Are you talking about Silence in Black and White, Jess?
Yes.
Okay, so my hot take on that, I loved that album back in the day. I cannot stand it anymore.
What are you talking about? It's a great album.
I can't listen to it
Are you
at
even
all
emo?
anymore. Am I even emo? That's a good question. The doctor's trying to fix that. I don't
I feel like there's different forms of emo, I guess.
know. Like I used to be all about that album, and then very recently I try to listen to it, and I'm just like, no, no. And I think what did it for me is the last time I saw Hawthorne Heights live, just their stagnant presence on stage just
Mm,
Was it without Casey
had to have been.
that last time you saw them? Because I
It
mean,
had to have
I
been.
feel like the band's like energy changed when Casey passed,
Yeah.
which sucks because he was always so full of energy on stage, and I think he helped bring out more energy in the band. But they're still, I haven't seen them since then, honestly. I think it's been
Wow.
a long time.
yeah, I haven't
Um,
seen them in years, years and
they
years.
they played with Silverstein in like 18 or something like that. And that's the last time I saw them.
Actually, I take that back. I think I might have caught them for a little while at Warped Tour, but I don't remember what year.
Gotcha.
Without
Good.
Casey.
Uh, Kyle, you said you were originally from upstate. I'm
Yeah.
curious. Do you remember going to a venue called the Furnace?
No, I used to go, it was like Lost Horizon, I think it was.
Yeah.
Like it was like right next to that strip club. I used to go
Yeah.
there to see shows. Yeah, but
You used to go to the strip
I
club?
no, no, it's to a place next to the strip club.
It is.
No,
It's
I
next
was
to the
like
strip club.
15,
Yeah,
16.
my
Like
my best Lost Horizon story with the strip club being next door. My friend Chad and I were going to see From Autumn to Ashes and Kill Switch,
oh,
and we're outside waiting for them to open the doors. And there is a worker at the strip club, and she is trying to park her car and she is not having any luck. And she was trying to park it in the spot for a good 5 minutes. And everybody in line is like cheering her on, like, yeah, come on. Oh
yeah,
man. Yeah.
that was an interesting venue. I saw a few bands that like I went back like when I was in college to see some bands and stuff, but it was fun. Yeah, it was a good
Yeah,
time.
that venue's gone to shit,
Yeah.
unfortunately. Because I don't know if you remember, it was rebranded for a little bit. It was Club Tundra for a hot
Mm,
minute, and then they switched it back to the Lost Horizon.
gotcha.
And whoever took it over just like it's just run down now.
Really?
Yeah, there's a promoter out of Buffalo who also does shows here in Syracuse, After Dark Entertainment.
Okay.
They opened a new venue like a year and a half, 2 years ago. And
Gotcha.
that like I you can't pay me to go into the Lost
Well,
now.
Yeah,
now you have
I probably
something to
wouldn't be
look
there.
forward to moving back to Syracuse area.
Yeah,
Yep.
right.
Yeah, we're gonna go to emo night together. What are you talking about?
I can't wait to go to emo night and stuff, man.
I haven't went to an emo night yet. I haven't gone to one.
I haven't either. I haven't been to like the official like emo nights, but I want to. Like I look and every time like they're around like where I'm at in Virginia, I'm like, I'm out of town. Okay, so I'm not gonna go to that one. So, but yeah, it's on my list for sure to
Yeah,
get to one.
Syracuse tends to have one once every 2 to 3 months.
That's not bad. Yeah, that's good.
You were talking about the strip club, and I'm like, what kind of place is Syracuse where they're letting 15-year-olds go to strip clubs?
Well, no, and that's the funniest thing is like I don't even remember what band it was that I was seeing. Like I had to have been 16, maybe yeah, because I definitely think my mom dropped me and my friend Jimmy off to it. But they were like, they finished their set and they're like, we're all going to. It was like you could be like 14 was like the minimum, but then it was like to like above, and then we had like the big X's. But they were like, we're all going to the strip club next. Why don't you guys all come over? And then they're like, except if you're under 18. And then don't. And so it was very funny to see like the divide of like the room because it was like, yeah, so we're gonna go home like now. But
And
yeah,
everyone else went to the strip club. Fun times.
yeah,
Fun
that's
times.
that's fair. It's not my vibe anyway, so it's not my
No,
vibe.
no.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can't say I've ever been to a strip club.
I think
not for me.
the last show I saw at the Lost, I want to say was like 4 Years Strong in 2007,
Oh, yeah, all
maybe.
right. I like for you. I like I they'll come on like my like DJ on Spotify every now and then, and I'm just like, oh yeah, man. I was big into them in like 2009, 2010. I was like, yeah, these guys were good. So yeah.
Yeah, so this may be a silly question. So how elder emo are you?
And what do you mean?
Like, how old are you?
Oh, I'm 35. Yeah,
See,
are you trying to check my emo cred right now?
emo cred.
No.
See,
Your
Jeff,
emo cred.
I told you on the
Yeah.
side. I did the math in my head based on his graduation year.
Yeah, we figure
Yeah.
these things out sometimes, but I still had to
Yeah.
ask you, Chris.
Yeah, no, 35. I'll be 36 next month. So I'm no longer like, well, as soon as I turned 35, I was like, well, I'm closer to 40 now. So
Well,
there's that. But yeah,
40's not that
I,
great.
Or
yeah, 30, 35 didn't hit me at all. When I think 40, I'm going to be like, oh man, I'm 40, you know? So we'll see.
It's all downhill after 27 anyways.
but they say life doesn't start until you're 40.
Well, when can it start?
I will say I love being in my 30s. Like I love it. It's so fun. Being in my 30s is great. Like it's awesome.
I
I
mean,
really feel like an adult, which is
40's
nice.
not that bad. It's just,
Yeah.
it's just a number in all
I
actuality.
Yeah.
I feel like you're not a serious adult until you're 40. I don't know, but like I feel like your mid 30s is really where it's like, okay, you're like
You're in
older
that
than
in
half the
between.
people, but you're
Yeah.
younger than half the people. And it's like, you can take me seriously. A lot of people don't take you seriously because they're older than you. And a lot of younger kids are like, damn, you're old.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Well, Chris, you're in the middle, right? You'd be in the middle age wise in this conversation.
middle age wise. Oh, in between you two, yes.
Yes.
I'm directly
Yeah,
in the
because
middle of your
nobody
ages.
ever believes that I'm like gonna be 42. So
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought that. So,
nobody ever believes it, but I
yeah.
am, unfortunately.
Like you
Unfortunately.
said, it's just a number though, right?
It is just a number. I
Yeah.
don't act 42. Maybe that's why people don't believe I'm gonna be
Yeah.
42. Plus, I aged well. But no, I asked how elder emo you were because between the years of like 2000, 2008, what were some albums that stuck out to you in those eras?
Yeah, so I mean, outside of taking my Sunday, I was definitely listening to like brand new. Census Fail was a big one for me. Like Let It Enfold You. That's another like no skip for me. That was 2004, I think. I forget the name of Sugar Cult's that first album, but like the one with like
Start
Memory.
Static.
Yes, yeah, that was good. Yellow Card, huge. Like Ocean Avenue was just like, I mean, iconic of an album for me.
It is.
Yeah, that's another like no skip. Oh, All American Rejects. There's so many like
There's a
I could
lot
just
of no
keep
skips
going.
back in the early
Yeah,
2000s.
Yeah.
there were so many just really good like songs and albums that came out and like it just felt good. Like you know a bunch of like Fall Out Boy, My Chemical Romance, all that stuff. I was just like, wow, this is really happy I found like that scene of music because there were just so many.
I'm gonna twist your answer a little bit because you're talking about a lot of no skips. Was
Yeah,
there ever a band, and it's because you mentioned
yeah,
Senses Fail to me. Um, it was there. They were one of those bands. I have no reason not to like them, but I could just never get into them. It's not that I don't like them. I just can't get into them for some reason.
yeah.
And like, do you have a band that's like that to you? Like, just for some reason, it's not that you don't like them, just you never think to listen to them or
Um, that I never. I'm trying to think like anyone that like I just won't listen to. I like okay, so I like some of their stuff, but like I'm just not like a huge Sum 41. Like I like some of their stuff, but like it's kind of like the Green Day thing. It's like if I listen to them, cool. Like I like, hey, great. But I never really followed that, like their, whole like musical career and stuff. And like I respect them. And I think like the stuff that they've done is awesome. But just like for me, I'm like, eh, eh. And
Yeah,
Yeah,
that,
I
and
could
like
get that. I
yeah,
get that.
like
it's just,
if my YouTube music for you just plays Census Fail, I'm like, oh, is this Census Fail? This is good. But then I'll never think to listen to them. Like it's just, I don't know. And then I
yeah,
just
it's
remembered
kind
like,
of the same as me.
did you guys ever get into like Aiden?
Yeah, I liked Hayden, but
Couple songs. Yeah,
a friend of mine was dating the drummer and ended up marrying him. So
that's, that's cool. You're like, so yeah,
I
I
have
like
great
them.
concert photography pictures of Aiden when he hit when he hit himself in the head with a microphone and was bleeding and gushing
Oh.
blood. That was
Did they
great.
sing that Die Romantic or
Die
song?
romantic,
Die, yeah,
yes.
yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, yeah. I remember that song.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, I got into them. They were fun to watch live. They put on a great live show. And I was thinking about that now, Chris, as you asked, like you twisted that question. I'm like, well, is there ever a band that you really loved, and then when you saw them live, you were just disappointed?
Oh, I've had that.
And you were
Uh,
just like, they did not meet your expectations live. Like you were like, oh my gosh, they're going to be so much fun live, and they were just boring.
oh, boring? Yeah, I do have. Uh, I saw. I was really stoked to see Brand New at Warped Tour a long time ago, and obviously this was way before all the controversy. But like, I was expecting them to come out full energy, and they did an acoustic set, and that kind of killed it for me. But
Mm.
a lot of them were at Warped Tour, so like, I was really excited to see Killswitch Engage once, and I was just like, they came out, and I was like, okay, they're either still drunk or they definitely are fighting a hangover right now because like it just wasn't there, and then like the one that like sticks out the most because I like I'm almost like hesitant to say because I love them and I've seen them live since and they've definitely redeemed themselves in my eyes. But like Coheed, I saw them once and I was just like, what are we doing? Like it was at Warped Tour, so I'm sure this is like after like weeks of performing, but I'm just like they're like missing everything. The drummer isn't on time, and like I was just like Claudio wasn't hit. I was just like I don't know. That day it was probably just an off day for him, but
It
I've
could
seen
have
him
been.
since, and I was like, there it is.
It's Warped Tour, it takes a lot out of you.
Oh my gosh, I can't imagine what that like just touring like that, just living like that for that amount of time. It's got to feel like it's got to be a lot. So,
Yeah. I
I mean,
remember
I would have loved to have experienced it when I was young, but like,
I remember being really into the Vincent Black Shadow. I don't know if you remember that band.
I
And then I
don't.
saw them live, and it was just like it was at like I think it was Chicago at the Metro, and I was just bored. Like the singer, it was a girl singer, and I wasn't huge into girl singers. And
Mhm.
she came out on stage and she hardly moved. She just stood in front of the mic the whole time, and I was like, well, this is fun.
There's
Yeah,
Like
definitely
no
something
energy
about that stage
whatsoever.
presence. Yeah.
yeah. I was really into this is a throwback. Zoloft, the Rock and Roll Destroyers.
Never heard of it.
Oh
Yeah,
my
I don't know
gosh.
that
They
one.
they came to Syracuse and I was super excited to see them in boring. It just like so disengaging. Now, what about the opposite? Have you ever gone to a show like not knowing a band or like thinking, "Oh, it's not going to be great," and then they blow your mind?
Yes. Okay. So yeah, the one that stands out to me most recently that I hadn't heard of was Stand Atlantic. I saw them 2 years ago, 2023, yeah, at Sad Summer Fest. And I like heard like what like Bullfrog, but I like didn't know that it was them or associated with them. And like they were like the second band that played during the day, and they got up there and just ripped it. And I was like, I'm hooked. Like I thought, like they all had a lot of energy. Bonnie can sing like no other, and I was just like, there has like that like angsty rasp in the voice, and I was just like, oh yeah, I'm sold. And that performance, I was just like, this is super high energy. I'm here for it. And now they're like one of my top listened to bands. That's more recent, but then I do have one from the past, but I'd love to hear what you guys have.
Well, I
I
don't
have
know.
I
Let me
have
think about
one
it.
I have one pretty far in the past. There was a band that opened for they were the opener for Bullet for My Valentine on their first US tour. The band was called Jackknife. And
Okay.
I was so blown away by their performance that I went to their merch table, bought their CD, and I put it in my car on the way home. And I'm like, wow, this shit. But they were so good live. Like they put
Yeah.
on such an amazing show. But then once I actually got the music, I'm like, crap.
I don't know if I have an answer for this, except for like Big Blue Monkey, who then became Story of the Year.
Do you have one that's like you knew the band, but like you had never seen them live, and then you were like you were kind of like hesitant. You're like, I don't know if they're going to be great live or they're going to have that energy, and then you went and you were like, whoa, okay, like they brought it.
I would say that would be 4 years strong for me. Like
Nice.
the first time I saw them, I think it was at Funk and Waffles.
Oh my gosh,
Um,
Funk and Waffles. Okay, I do know that place.
saw them at Funk and Waffles, and they brought it. Like, I mean, this was before they released Rise or Die Trying. So they
Okay.
had like they only had 4 or 5 songs on MySpace, and they were touring off of that. So they brought it.
I think the first
That's
time I saw
awesome.
the Matches was at Warped Tour, and it was amazing.
The matches, they sing Chain Me Free, right? Is
Yes.
that them? Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. All right, yeah, yeah.
And
They're
I just
cool.
went to their anniversary show in Chicago not that
Oh,
long ago.
that's I was walking through the house the other day and I like my wife had music on and it was that song. I was like thinking in my I was like, oh my gosh, I love this song. Like it was just so random to hear it. And I was like, oh sweet, love
Yeah, because I hadn't seen them, and then I saw them. I think it was '05 Warped Tour, if I remember correctly. But yeah, that was great.
it.
It was so great. They put on such a great show, and it was on like a small stage because they were still small then. They weren't
Gotcha.
very big yet. I don't know if they ever ended up playing a main stage. I don't think they ever got big enough to play the main stage at Warped Tour.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I know Motion City soundtrack did.
They're awesome. Such a good band.
There's so many awesome bands out
Yeah,
there.
there really is. It's like you could just like create this list and it's like, yeah, they're great. They're great. They're great. Yeah.
Now, I'm curious though, with all the awesome bands out there, are there any
Mhm.
that broke up before you got to see them that you wish you could see?
Yeah, one, so a few, yeah, a few. I never saw Matchbook Romance. Would have loved to see them. More recently, with Confidence, they were like bigger in like the late 2010s and stuff, but like some of their songs are just like I don't know, like they hit, the lyrics hit, and I'm like, oh, all right, I like this. They're fun at the same time, but then they have some like more heartfelt songs, which I really like. So I'd say probably those two. I've seen Cute is what we aim for. They've broken up 3 million times, so I'm just like I don't know, you know. What about y'all?
I would have loved to have seen Issues.
Oh,
I never got
yeah.
a chance to see them. Um, I had another one that I can't remember. Jess, what about you? While I
He
think of
keeps
this other
asking
one.
us the same question back, and I'm just like, I'm not prepared for this.
That's good. That's the whole. He's not prepared for it either.
I know. I'm not prepared for this. I'm trying to think if there's any
I'm flipping it
bands.
back to y'all.
I'm trying to think if there's any bands that I was into and never got to see live, though, before they broke up.
How long have you been down south for? You got the y'all
Oh
going on?
yeah. I moved from upstate in 2015 and I lived in Charleston for a while in South Carolina. I lived in Savannah, Georgia for a while, and now I'm in Virginia. So yeah, the y'all, it's I like it though because like growing up in New York, I just call everybody guys. I'm like, hey guys, what's up? Hey
Hey,
guys, hey
you
guys.
guys.
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
tried to like the y'all is more encompassing, but I did definitely pick up like yes sir, yes ma'am. So like people often are like, "Oh, you're military." I'm like, "No, I have like a haircut, and yeah, I have like traditional military style tattoos, and I say ma'am and y'all. Okay, I can see it. All right, whatever. But no,
Yeah,
I'm not.
my I've known my wife for a very long time. We met in second grade, and then her family moved to
Oh wow.
Florida in like fifth grade. But we stayed in touch. And so all that time in Florida, and then when we got back in touch and we started dating and everything, she was heavy on the y'all and all the other Southern phrases. I'm like, I'm never gonna end up saying that. I say y'all instead of guys all the time now. I've picked up fixin', which I
Fix
can't
it.
believe.
Yeah.
I got yonder as, a place.
Yeah.
It just I've
Yonder.
Yeah,
yonder.
you gotta fix. You fixing a plate?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like yeah.
yeah.
My wife and I were actually talking about tonight, and she was like, "I'm gonna start saying wicked now." Once I go, I was like, "Yeah," because like my whole family says, "Oh, that's wicked cool," and I'm like, "I'm gonna start saying it now too again," and I'm like,
Oh,
"No,
oh, you guys, that's wicked cool.
yeah, oh, it's wicked cool, man."
Sorry, I'm
Yeah.
scrolling through my Spotify library to see if there's any bands on here that I don't ever remember seeing that broke up.
Okay, so this one's not a real answer, but I would have loved to have seen Every Time I Die just one more time
Mm,
before they broke up.
yeah, they're good. Yeah, they were good. They were good. I think have I seen? Yes, they played at Every Time I Die played at Saranac in Utica on Varick Street with Taking Back Sunday back in like 2017 when I saw them because
Yeah.
I was up there. I saw them. That was crazy because like they were like whoa, and then like Taking Back Sunday like they still have energy, but you're just like trying to match Every Time I Die.
Oh,
You're like whoa.
oh yeah, they did have the one in you. I went to the one in Buffalo that year.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
even though Utica's, well, I refuse to go to Utica.
I don't
Period.
blame you. I don't blame you.
Well, that scene from The Office where they're like, "I will burn Utica to the ground." Just
Yeah.
that's my stance on Utica.
Especially like Varick Street. There's like the areas around Utica are nice, but like Varick Street itself and like that whole I'm like, nah, it's
Uh,
also just not safe to be around anymore. Like my friends that
yeah.
are still up there, they're like, oh yeah, there's lots of stabbings on Varick, and now I'm like, I'm good. I'm good. Like, I don't need to go to the bars here. I can go anywhere else, you know?
Okay, I thought of one band, and they were called Lucky Seven.
I did
And you
not know
don't
that.
even know who they are.
I think I've heard of them. I can't tell you anything about them.
I think they were from California, if I remember. But yeah, that was a band that I was really into. They were very poppy. They had like a 2003 album called Lucky Seven, and they had a song called Come Monday or California Girl. And yeah, never got to see them before they broke up.
I thought of a second real answer, Bleed the Dream.
Hmm.
I would have liked to see them.
I think I might have seen them.
Nancy Bleed the Dream. There was another band that I cannot remember. I'm gonna have to look. I'm gonna have to look them up.
Yeah, no, Lucky Seven, I think they only ever had one album. Like there's stuff on Spotify that says it's Lucky Seven, but it's a lie. Like
Yeah, I
it's one of
just
those
tried
weird
looking it
mix it's
up.
one of those weird mess ups that Spotify does
Uh,
sometimes, like,
yeah.
oh, this band, like Fort Hope had that problem. There was music being like posted under Fort Hope and it wasn't them. And it was like just weird. I've
Yeah.
come across that. I was like, oh my gosh, they're doing music again. Oh, no, they're not. This isn't them.
Count the Stars was the name of the band.
I feel like I remember
Oh,
that
I
band.
feel like I know that.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
they had that their big song, if you will, was Taking It All Back.
Yeah, I feel like I feel like that's like I remember that one.
Oh, they were on Victory. No wonder they broke up, Jess. They were on
No
Victory.
wonder. Although a lot of bands stayed together that were on Victory, but then there was a lot that broke up too.
Have you
Like yeah.
have you had or heard of any like recent band revivals that got you excited?
Uh the band revivals like the all original members back.
Not necessarily.
All right. Well, when obviously when Tom came back to Blink, that was like huge. Although I did love what Skiba did with Blink 182, I think Matt Skiba can do no wrong. Alkaline Trio was fantastic. You know what I think is awesome? It's like, and I don't even know if they just like haven't been doing stuff or like I just haven't seen it, but like with like Warped Tour and like these festivals, like more like Cartel is like playing at Warped Tour, and I'm like, I don't know what they've been doing. Like, and if they've been putting out new stuff, I'm like, I've been missing it. So like that's been really exciting just to kind of see like some of these like older bands like them kind of like come back. Like May's doing like their 20, like a 20-year anniversary tour, which I'm stoked about. And it's like, even if like they have still been playing music in like a sense, it's just like I haven't seen them in that capacity in so long. So I'm like super stoked to like see them now at these like shows and stuff, which is really exciting. And I'm hoping from all that they start like, you know, making some newer stuff come out, and like that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
and
excited for As It Is coming back.
Mm.
I'm glad they're playing Orlando Warped Tour.
I don't I don't think I have any I'm excited for. That is that late? Like there's bands I want to come back, and if they got back together, I'd be super stoked. Like Jess, you saw how excited I was when June made an official Instagram again. Um if
But
they
you
got
don't
back
know.
together, I would lose my shit. Now, if you were so you mentioned summer school. Let's say you're making your own traveling tour like summer school. It's your own festival. You're putting it on. You get to choose 10 bands to go on this festival. Who are you choosing?
What you like? You can't ask me like easy questions. All right, 10 bands that I'm bringing on a tour. All right, I'm gonna try to start with like newer stuff. Stand Atlantic would definitely be on there. Um, Stand Atlantic, Mayday Parade, All Time Low. I'm trying not to overthink this. Dance Gavin Dance. Um, oh, it's so hard. Dance Gavin Dance. I'm gonna say Taking Back Sunday, Dashboard Confessional, Blink 182, Knuckle Puck, The Story So Far. And the last one, I'm gonna say Andrew McMahon. I don't care. Do something corporate. Do Jack's Mannequin. Do Andrew McMahon in the Wilderness. I don't care.
You can do it
Whatever
all.
you, yeah, whatever you're gonna do, I'm gonna listen to and be stoked about. So that was hard. That was really hard. Just so you know.
It's okay. All your bands get a +2 that they can invite.
Yes.
Uh,
You know,
What about y'all?
fast. I was gonna say rewind back to the other one. I was super excited when Let Her Kill started doing some stuff again.
that's true.
And then we had them on, so that was fun.
All right, a tour with 10 bands for me.
Well, mine would be Story of the Year, Story of the Year, Story of the Year, Story of the Year.
They just play 10 sets.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know if Dan could handle that.
Oh my gosh. All right, me. Let's see. Silverstein, A Day to Remember, um, Charlotte Sands, State Champs,
Ooh, they're good. Yeah.
Poppy.
Oh yeah. Oh, talk about versatile, by the way.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm making a tour that's gonna give people headaches.
We'll
Bring Me
see
the
what mine's
Horizon.
like.
Bring Me the Horizon. I'm gonna throw Story of the Year on there. Um, Fallout Boy, but they can only play from Take This to Your Grave. Um, Blink,
I was gonna say, what
and
number are you at?
I got one more. I gotta make it count. Yeah, I'm gonna throw it out there. Soft spoken.
You're just gonna bring our boys out?
Yeah, yeah, soft spoken. They killed it live. I don't know where's like Sam's stage presence versus his personality. It's like he just switches it on when he performs, and immediately when he's done, he switches it back off, and he is back to being
Sam.
reserved Sam. And it's like What the heck?
Now I have to make a tour. It can't just be all story of the year, unfortunately. Well, obviously, story of the year is on this tour, so that's number
They're
one.
your headliner, right?
Yep.
Story of the Year is your
And
headliner.
I just mentioned Letter Kills, and they used to play shows together, so I have to have Letter Kills on there. Autopilot Off if they were still a band. I don't know if you know who those are. They are.
I know the name.
You
I'm
didn't say if they
gonna.
had to be bands still.
Oh,
That's
darn.
fair.
Yeah,
They're coming back for this tour. They're
we sh
coming back together for this
we
tour.
should do a zombie tour where it's all bands that don't exist and they come back together.
So I'm at three now. Because then I would put Matchbook Romance on it too. This is just
Just
gonna
go
be
for it.
my
Go for
my
it.
dreams. Let's see. Who else is there? Halifax, they're not doing anything. They should come on
Wow.
my tour. Uh I'm just naming off all these ones. Let's get some newer ones on the fa on the next ones though. Let's see here. I think I'd throw Senses on there because I do love They were great live. They were fun. Uh We Came as Romans.
Oh, yeah, they're good.
Atreyu.
Wow.
Hey, gotta get that angry music in there, Chris,
Yeah.
right? What am I at? Okay, I need two more. What else can I throw a curveball in there? Dang. Yeah, we'll throw Motion City soundtrack in there. This is gonna be a real eclectic.
Yeah.
One more.
Now I need like some death metal or something. Just one more to
I
really
feel like
throw it
I
off.
need one really big band, but then I'm like, I don't know if I really want the really big band. A death metal band.
Parkway Drive or something.
I don't listen to any death metal. Not really.
Cattle decapitation.
You want me just to throw Guar in there?
There you go. Guar.
Guard, they're still doing some stuff, man.
Yeah.
They
They
have
play
that fan
Milwaukee every
base.
year. Every
Yeah,
year
they
around
play in
around
Virginia. They play
Halloween.
Southern Virginia. Yeah, it's crazy.
Let's just throw
It's
Guar
something.
in there, Chris.
I
Just
honestly
for
thought
a
you were
good
gonna go
measure.
ICP, truthfully,
No.
from
Oh man, if I knew
earlier.
these were on the list though, man, I could
Oh
have brought
dang.
back
But yeah,
like I could have had Limp Bizkit on there.
see, but we could do like whole thing. Like we could put together like a skate punk tour and we could put
Yeah.
together an emo tour and a hard we could
There's so
really
much,
throw everything together.
so much.
Because now I'm like, damn, I should have put MXPX on there.
I
Damn, I
know.
forgot about Goldfinger. Like,
Yeah.
Okay, now this is the thing though. You said 10 bands. Well, if I could put together my own Warp Tour lineup, then we'd be talking lots of bands.
yeah, we don't have 17 hours, Jess.
Yeah.
I
I have
know.
like a giant whiteboard with like the Charlie Day from like It's Always Sunny. I'd just be pointing to all these like this is why it makes sense.
Ugh. Speaking of Warp Tour too, how many Warp Tours did you go to, Kyle?
I went, if I recall correctly, I went 2000. I think eight. I think maybe seven or eight. I always went to the one in Batavia, out like close to Rochester. Um, but yeah, I started. I mean, I'll give it to my mom. She was pretty awesome. Like she would drive me and like a couple friends out there, and like we were like 14 and like doing this whole thing, and it was awesome. Like that was like back when you would see like Adam like climbing the rafters or Bert from the Used climbing the rafters and like hanging upside down, and you're like, whoa, this is insanity. And then I think the last time I went was like maybe 2000, maybe 2008 or 9. It was definitely in college, but yeah, it was awesome. I mean, that's where like, I met like so many of the bands for the first time. Like, that's I met like everyone from Paramore like 2007, which was awesome. Before like it was right when Riot like had just come out, so it was like they were starting to get big, so like you could still like say hi to them,
Hmm.
and then they got like so big that you couldn't. But like I met like Mayday Parade and all those guys, and then it was awesome. Like that, it was hot days and you were like exhausted, but I'd do it all over again.
Yeah,
I'm not going to Warped Tour though this year, so
two,
uh,
2007, that's the year Katy Perry played, if I'm not
yes,
mistaken.
yeah, and
Yeah,
I'm
I
pretty
saw,
sure like gym class played a lot there because they're from like the Buffalo
yeah, they're
area,
from
so
Geneva.
yeah. And
Yeah,
then Q's What We Aim For was always at that one too because of like
they're from
towards like
Buffalo.
2007, yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
Were you at 2005 Buffalo?
2000. I think so.
It was the
I don't
one with a
remember.
really nasty storm.
That
No,
came
I wasn't
through.
there because it never stormed when I was there.
Oh, he
Oh
wasn't
No,
man.
there. Darn. He wasn't there because me and
no,
Chris were there and we didn't even
no.
know it.
We didn't even know it. And then she was sending me was it last night you were sending me the pictures?
Yeah.
And she was going through and she's like, she sends a picture from that Warp Tour where people were mud wrestling and like playing in the mud. And I was like, the funny thing is, I remember that person in the mud. I am probably standing like right behind you.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy, honestly.
And we didn't even know because we
Yeah.
were MySpace friends, but we had never met and we still haven't
Oh,
met in
okay.
person.
Oh,
So
okay.
so it's like funny that we were at the same Warp Tour and didn't even know we were at the same Warp Tour.
Yeah.
We weren't that close to
Had
MySpace friends apparently.
No, apparently
Definitely
not.
not in your top eight. So,
I don't think so. Sorry, Chris.
How rude. You never had me in your top eight.
right. Then remember what didn't it go to like top 16 at one point too, if I
You could have a
recall
top
correctly?
50 once, I
Oh
think,
my
if
gosh.
you
Yeah,
I,
it
used
got out of
definitely don't think I
the
was
right
there yet.
HTML.
Oh gosh, no. No.
I recently found on my Google Drive, because I backed up my computer, I found my old text file with all my HTML coding for MySpace. I'm like, no way.
That's
Let me
pretty
plug this
wild.
in somewhere and see what happens. All right.
That yeah.
So if you have watched or listened to a couple of our episodes, you may know this next question.
May.
We accidentally discovered a hot topic, or
Okay.
a hot button topic. Um, you're eating some French fries, right? Here's
Yeah. I did hear that. I was listening
okay.
to this one.
Okay, so
Yes. Yeah.
what is your answer? What are you dipping these fries in?
Sriracha.
Oh, that's a good answer though.
Yeah, sriracha. I was listening. I want to try the mustard on banana. Like that. I like, I, I want to try that. That sounds interesting. I don't know if
Feel
it's
free
going to
to
be good,
try
but I
it
want to
and
try it.
record it, and then,
I posted a video
he
of
did
me
post a
doing that.
video of him
Did you
eating it.
like it?
Oh, he loves it.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it. I saw a there's a YouTuber, actually it was Sam Tabor. Um
Okay.
and he did like a, I think it was an AI or fan submitted weird food combos that they enjoy, and that was one of them. And so I was like, and he was like, "Hey, that's not bad." I'm like, "There's no way that's not bad." And so I had both and I did it, and I'm like, "Oh, that's really not bad." They like cancel each other out. It's
I'm gonna
like
try it, and I'm gonna send you a video after of like me trying it and letting you know what I think of it.
just don't overdo the mustard, obviously.
Yeah,
Don't
I
don't
was just
like
gonna do a little drizzle. Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Don't overdo
But
it.
sriracha is definitely that's like my condiment of choice. I'm not like the biggest ketchup person, but I love sriracha. That's like my ketchup. But mayonnaise is the most vile thing on this planet. To me, I will die on that hill. Like it's probably like the one thing I like as I get to know people. I'm like, I hate mayonnaise. Just so you know, fun fact. I'll eat
Is it
anything, but I don't like mayonnaise. So.
is it all white condiments or is it just mayonnaise?
No, I'm not obsessed with ranch. Like, everyone in the South loves ranch. I'm blue cheese. Like, I think blue cheese is the only way to eat your wings. But no, and the thing is I love eggs. I like oil. I like vinegar. I like all the things that are in mayonnaise. But it's just mayonnaise. I just don't like it. I can't get behind it. The only time I can kind of do it is like, how like sometimes they'll do the spicy aioli on like sushi. Sometimes that's like the only time I can really be like, yeah, all right, that's not bad. But other than that, it's like no.
In the early 2000s, I had a friend, ironically named Kyle, that he would have no white condiment. He was like,
Hmm.
"No, that's gross. It's white. That's gross." I was like, "Just because it's a white, like semi-fluid, doesn't mean it will make you gay by eating it. It's not semen, Kyle."
Oh my God.
And he's like, "It doesn't help." I'm like, "Oh my God."
That's such a
So that's
ridiculous.
why
He
he
was a
wouldn't eat
weirdo.
it. That's why he wouldn't eat it because it
Oh my
reminded him.
gosh.
I'm like, "Why do white condiments remind you of that?"
Nah. Oh my
I
gosh.
mean,
Whatever.
I'll probably get crazy. Like people would comment to me about this. I don't really like ranch.
Yeah.
I'm not a
I
ranch
can live with
fan.
it or not. Yeah. Same.
Mayo, I'm more of a Miracle Whip kind of girl. I'll get that crap. People give me crap for that. That's how I
I
was
don't like
brought up.
either. So
I was brought up on Miracle Whip, whatever.
So was I. Like that's what like we had in our house, and like it would be like my dad would like make bologna sandwiches
Yeah,
with
with the
Miracle
Miracle Whip.
Whip.
It's got that
Nope,
tangy zip, Chris. Come on.
nope.
No,
But
my parents are never, ever, ever, ever name brand people except for the goddamn Hellmans. It's the only thing
yeah,
that
that Hellman's
it,
is big. Yeah,
but
down here
yeah.
it's Dukes. Everyone goes crazy. I've seen people
Yeah.
with Dukes tattoos. Like where I get my hair cut across the street, there's a tattoo shop, and they had like a free like flash art. If you came in and got a Dukes tattoo, it was free. Like a year or two ago, I was like, I'll get a lot of things tattooed on me, but like mayonnaise, like even like the irony of me hating it so much, I couldn't do it. I would never
Mm-mm.
be able to do
Yeah,
that.
no. When I lived in North Carolina, so I lived in Wilmington for like 6 years.
Oh, okay.
Um,
All right.
and yeah, everyone was like Dukes, Dukes, Dukes. In my opinion, it's not great. Like it's
Wouldn't even know. Haven't tried it.
yeah,
Because it's a
like
male.
Yeah.
it's like if I remember correctly, it's like crossing that line between mayo and Miracle Whip. It's like an in between. And
Hmm.
it doesn't taste right. You know what I do miss from the South is Sundrop.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah,
We have a sun drop
yeah.
factory in Green Bay.
Oh, well, nobody sells it up here. Well,
You
that's a
can get it.
lie.
It's old school too. You can get it in glass bottles.
Yeah. There is a store that's like what is it? Runnings?
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Runnings has that little marketplace up front and they do have Sundrop, but I just never think to go in there.
I don't remember running. There's one in like Rome, New York that I remember. Yeah, the sun drop always like reminds me of like it looks like a bottle of cleaner to me,
It
like the
does.
way it's shaped, and it's like that green. It just always reminds. Yeah,
But
Yeah,
it
it's like
doesn't
a
taste like cleaner that I know of.
no,
I
Sun
remember had it.
Oh
So
my God, Sundrop is great. I the first time I ever had it though, I made a mistake. I had Sundrop and jalapeno poppers and I had a
That
nasty
doesn't
stomach
sound
ache.
like a great idea.
No, but now I don't even really drink soda, so
Well,
I gotta really want that Sundrop.
well, if you try your mustard on a banana, Kyle, you can always go on TikTok and find Chris's video and do a
yes,
duet.
now I'm
Do a
going to. Now I
duet.
have to.
You can
Yeah,
do a
yeah, I'm gonna
duet.
have to. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna have to do now. Just
And if you do it, you'll be the
I
first one to ever actually do something that they've said was
I
going to do something. Because we've had multiple people be like, "Oh yeah, I'll do this and I'll videotape," and then we never see it.
I'm all about try. I'll eat anything. Like I'll try anything once. Like I'll eat whatever. So I'll try. Like that is like not that crazy for me. So I'm like, yeah, I'll try it. Why not? I just
I
gotta get a banana. I have mustard.
I don't know if
So
I would. I don't know. Maybe I should try it, Chris, because I don't know.
It's a 25-cent investment, Jess.
yeah.
For the banana, I don't really eat mustard.
You don't already have mustard in your house?
No, don't have it. Taylor hates it, and I don't really eat it very often. I'll eat it if I go to Culver's. Like if I go somewhere and I'll dip it into my burger in it with the ketchup.
Well, there. So you don't even have to buy the mustard. Just go get a packet from a restaurant.
Yeah.
I'll steal a packet next time I go to Culver's and then I'll do it.
There you go.
Yeah. But yeah, cause I'm interested to see since you said it like cancels it out. So I'm like, I want to see how that is. So
Yeah. Well, we're not going to cancel quite yet. So, we got the last question for you and you should know
all
what it
right.
is. You
All
should know what it is.
right. Okay.
What is your favorite dinosaur?
Are we going based off of Jurassic Park or
You can
like
do whatever dinosaur you want.
okay, I
A lot of
think
people think of Jurassic Park though when they answer.
yeah, because like obviously like you think Velociraptor because they're awesome in Jurassic Park, but they end up being like the size of a chicken, you know? So no, probably like a brontosaurus or like brachiosaurus, whichever. Like it's a brachius, the one that has like the tip
Yep.
on its head. Probably just because of like the sheer size. Like I think like I'd have the, and this is going back to dress, but I think I'd have the same reaction of like if I like went over a hill and saw something that big alive, I'd be like, oh my god, like this is incredible. But yeah, like they're monsters. They're so tall. Like you could just be like see everything. I'm not tall. So like to be tall would be really cool. And like, I don't even know how big they are, but that's probably my favorite just because Also, Land Before Time, like Littlefoot. Like, I mean, as traumatic as that movie is, like, how can you not like Littlefoot? Like, you know? So
I feel like that's a running thing, Chris. We get Jurassic Park and Land Before Time when you think of dinosaurs. Because we were brought up
it's
on those things.
yeah, it's what we were raised on. So it's like, Land Before I don't know. I think Land Before Time is more traumatic than Jurassic Park. Like,
Well, yeah,
yeah, I can
for
watch
sure.
people get eaten by like these fake dinosaurs, but that like, yeah, it's just like a gut punch, like the whole movie. You're like, oh,
It's
all
like
right, cool.
it's like we talk about and we mention all the time, those late 80s, early 90s like kid movies, the parents are always dead or dying.
Yeah, it's like what there's so much drama. Like we watched the Never Ending Story last Christmas, and my wife had never seen it. I was like, we're gonna fast forward through this scene because like with Shadow Fox, like the horse, I'm like, no one needs to watch this right now because like we're both gonna start crying. Like we just need to move past this. Yeah, it's like all dogs go to heaven. Like okay, come on, like
Yep.
why are trauma? It's just trauma. Like all of
They were
those
preparing
movies.
us for life, I
Yeah,
guess.
exactly. Jess, you called it. Like they were just like, yo, world's gonna get tough. So watch this now. Yeah,
Maybe
that was
that's
crazy.
why kids these days are not as tough as we are, you know? They
Yeah,
didn't watch those movies or their parents didn't make them.
yeah, they get Bluey. Bluey's cool. Like that's fun. I put that on for my dog. They get Bluey. We had Land Before Time, and it's like there's some stark differences there.
Yeah, like
You
we had all
know?
that and yeah, Bluey and Inside Out where
Yeah, yeah,
they're encouraged to be in touch with their emotions.
yeah.
Right?
Right?
I was raised on like Nickelodeon though. You had like Ren and
Yeah.
Stimpy and Rocco's Modern Life and all that. Those
Oh
were
my gosh.
inappropriate shows.
So inappropriate. And then it's like crazy too. Like now I'll see like sometimes I'll be scrolling and they'll show like clips from like old Nickelodeon shows like Rugrats, The Wild Thornberrys, Hey Arnold. And it's like these super deep moments. And I'm like, yeah, I didn't catch that as a kid, but now now like you showing me this, I'm like, this is like hitting me. Like, but yeah, as a kid, I was just like, oh, this is fun. But
Yep. I
yeah,
definitely
Nickelodeon
thought
was
about that. Ren and
yeah.
Stimpy, it's log, it's log.
I wasn't allowed to watch Ren and Stimpy when I like was like in its prime, like that. And then South Park, I wasn't allowed to watch either, but that was way later. But
I feel like I was confused on Cat Dog.
oh, I love Cat
I
I
Dog.
liked
love
Cat
that.
Dog, but I was always confused. I'm like, how do they go bathroom?
I was hoping the theme song would explain it, and they never did.
No,
So,
never did.
but yeah, that was a good one. I love the Angry Beavers too.
Yep.
That was a good show. Yeah,
Ah,
they
Real
were all great.
Monsters. Everything was great back then.
Yeah, Doug, all of them. Yeah, they
And
just had
yet,
some
and then you
hits.
think about now, like kids these days, they're probably like saying, "Oh, but our shows are great," you
Yeah,
know?
probably. It's kind of like our parents were like, "Oh, their shows were good," and I was like, "Leave It to Beaver, cool," but like, I like this. So yeah, it's probably the same thing.
Chris, why are
Like,
you laughing at me?
Your elder emo showed when you said kids these days.
Kids
yeah,
these days? Kids these days. I'm sorry. I can't
We have
help
those
it.
moments where like your elder emo is showing. Uh
It happens to the best of us, right?
I'm
yeah.
starting to get to the point where like I get up and I'm like, oh, I'm starting to make noise as I like get up, like like the ground. I'm like, oh no, it's starting. Like,
Yeah,
so
and
Oh,
like when I'm
I
it
make
50,
all
comes
it's
those
gonna be
noises
like,
all the
oh
time.
god.
it comes out of nowhere and they're involuntary and you don't
Yeah.
realize that it's happened. Um yeah, I made a joke with somebody at work about that. I'm like, they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm getting older." I'm like, "But okay, back up because I knew they were younger than me." I'm like, "Are you at the age where you are involuntarily making noise as you stand up?" They're like, "No." I'm like, "You're not old."
Yeah. I make involuntary noises and then my joints just make noise. They crack every time. I'm like, oh God. Like there it
Oh, the
is.
joys of getting older.
Yeah, it's something.
But you said Brachiosaurus or Brontosaurus. Well, the
Yes.
Brachiosaurus is my favorite dinosaur, so
There you go.
And
Why is it your
I
favorite dinosaur though?
uh
I gotta hear. And then I gotta hear what Chris and why.
I don't know, because everyone was always like, "Oh, I love a Brontosaurus," and I just wanted to be different, so the Brachiosaurus was different.
Yeah. They're a little taller too. They got that cool bump. And
And then I mean,
it's
it's the dinosaur that sneezes on them in
yes,
Jurassic
I was gonna
Park.
say the sneezes. Yeah.
and then I am an ankylosaur guy, the big old armored dinosaur with the club tail and the spikes
Oh
and
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Spikes all around the side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just because, I mean, I don't know, he's badass. I don't know.
I
That's
wouldn't want to go toe to toe with him. Man, that club is probably
I
a
don't think I'd want to go
monster.
toe to toe with any dinosaur.
No,
you
no.
you could take on a Dilophosaurus.
Could I?
They didn't really spit venom. You can take it on. It's like a
Yeah.
2 foot frilled chicken. Like what?
It still got teeth.
Yeah.
You got a
What's the
foot.
one?
Some of the
Cats.
smallest dogs are the most vicious, like a Chihuahua.
Oh my God. It's
So the
because people don't.
smallest dinosaurs could be more vicious than a T-Rex, for all you know.
I think the one that I'm scared of the most, and I'm gonna butcher this, but I looked it up. And I don't know if this is technically a dinosaur, but like the
Oh,
Quetzalcoatlus,
yeah,
the giant, like looks like a
the
pterodactyl.
Quetzalcoatlus. Yeah, yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
thank you.
Their wingspan was like,
33 to 36 feet estimated.
yeah, it was like a school bus.
That's insanity. And they weighed between 440 to 550 pounds, 36 feet in length. Yeah, no, that's just a flying death machine. No, I'm good. Good.
A
Like
Now
flying death machine.
there's the name of a band right there, Flying.
flying death machine. Flying death machine. Their first album would be Quetzalcoatlus. But
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah.
man,
There you
these are
go.
No.
good ideas right here.
Yeah, right.
Well,
There we are. We're
maybe
just
someone will
rewriting it all.
watch this episode and steal that band name.
Yeah, and they just have to make sure they credit y'all on that because that's a cool name. Like
Got to
that'd be
credit
sick.
all three of us.
Look at us, just talking dinosaurs, creating new band names.
This is what we do.
Yeah, what
Yeah.
the one I'd be most terrified of, I'm gonna butcher this too, is that Therizinosaurus. It's that like tall chicken with the super long claws.
Okay.
If you
I
look up
think
long talon dinosaur, it'll come up.
yeah, yeah, I see it. Yeah, those things are terrifying. I'm looking at like one picture right now. It's like bent over, like it's about to like run. It looks legitimately like a chicken with like
I
Freddy
wonder
Krueger fingers.
I wonder if
Yeah,
there's one in my coloring book I bought from the dollar store. I think there might have been.
Well, it's only 11,000 pounds. That's how much it weighs. So,
Only.
oh, no
only
problem.
11,000 pounds.
Do we really know
Uh,
how accurate this stuff
I
is
know.
anyways, you know?
I,
Like
I don't know
they
how
did like not long ago say a brontosaurus wasn't a real dinosaur and then recanted and said, "Oh yeah, no, we lied. It is." So we
it's,
just don't know.
Have you
yeah,
seen have you seen the fossil of the ankylosaur that's in the museum that's like the full shell?
no,
Oh
but
my,
I'm gonna
you
look it up right now.
yeah, it's
Look at us. We're just sitting here chatting about dinosaurs
dude,
even longer than
dinosaurs are
normal.
the
We love
best.
dinosaurs. This has become a thing with us now. We love dinosaurs.
Oh yeah, that thing is in. Yeah, the plates look sick. Those are crazy. If I'm
It's
looking
crazy
at
that
the,
they found such a huge fossil of the
yeah,
whole thing.
I don't. Also, I gotta give uh these people credit. I could never figure out how to put these things together. Like how, you're like you find this bone and then you find this bone and it's like I get like certain ones like like femurs and stuff you could probably figure out, but like these little tiny bones are like oh yeah this totally goes right here. I'm like oh
Wonder
okay
how long
cool.
it takes them to put a fossil together.
I gotta imagine months probably because like
Could be
of all like
years.
the yeah oh I don't have that much patience. Like I'd be like I need this done now. Like I want to see it now.
I mean, maybe they can just, maybe because of technology nowadays, though, they can just do a scan of all the bones and it puts them all together.
It,
Yeah,
well,
probably.
Google says a few hours or many years. It depends on how dense the rock is that it's in.
Oh, because they have to
Yeah.
excavate it and put it together.
Yeah.
Oh.
I
Not
feel
just
like
gonna
getting
pull
all
it
the
out of a
rock
rock
and
with it together.
I just meant you have all the bones out of the rock already. How long does it take to put it together?
Oh, I
Kind of
don't
like,
know.
because I mean, I love a good puzzle, but
yeah, I like a puzzle, but I don't think I'd like that puzzle. Like
I don't know if a
I wouldn't want
bone
to do the
puzzle would be
like
these. I think a
chiseling.
bone puzzle would be a lot harder than a regular, paper
Yeah.
cardboard puzzle.
I think the
We're
equivalent would be like a 10,000 piece puzzle all one color, just like black sky and it's just like go. and there's no like distinguishing feature on anything. It's just
And
like have fun.
how do they get practice with that? Like, are they like, oh, Jimmy was crushed by a vending machine. Put him back together. Put him back
Right?
together.
Yeah, I don't know because you definitely probably don't want to be practicing on actual fossils. They're probably like, here, try this. Yeah, that'd
I don't know how
be
that
yeah,
works with paleontologists.
yeah.
I
I
guess we
don't
got to
know.
get a paleontologist on here, Jess.
Let's get a paleontologist on here and just
That
talk
would honestly be
dinosaurs.
really cool.
We got to find one that's into music too, so we can talk music and dinosaurs.
Oh, we can
There
make that
has to
happen.
be. Yeah, there has to be. There's definitely an elder emo paleontologist out there right now that
There
is
has to
like
be.
that. Honestly, I want to meet that person because that would be really, that would just be an awesome conversation.
That's
Like,
it. Let's put the message out there. Be like, anyone know a
yeah.
paleontologist, elder emo? Please send them our way.
Right? That would be awesome. It's like, it's such a good combination of topics, dinosaurs and emo music. How can you
Right?
go wrong? Man,
Can't
that'd
go
be
wrong.
awesome.
What are you looking at, Chris?
Oh, I'm gonna go down the rabbit hole and try and find a
And find a
paleontologist.
paleontologist.
He's like, I'm gonna do it right now.
I found there's someone on Instagram that has it says 480 followers. Their handle is Rar It's Man, dinosaur enthusiast,
Oh
and
gosh.
elder emo.
Well,
There you go.
Chris, we're gonna have to check them out.
just just the complete. No, I want a real paleontologist. Anyone can be a dinosaur enthusiast. We're dinosaur enthusiasts.
Yeah.
Right? We are. I'm definitely not a paleontologist.
No.
But yeah,
At one point, I wanted to be when I was like
Oh, well, yeah.
6. Who doesn't want to be a
I
paleontologist
wanted
for a
to
minute?
be a marine biologist, and look where I am
So,
now.
so did I. And then I was like,
Free
no, I don't
Willy,
like
man. Free
sharks.
Willy.
Yeah.
Free Willy made me want to be a marine biologist.
It could have been that one. I loved dolphins growing up too, so I was like, I want to definitely be a marine biologist. And then I was like, yeah, but it's not just like hanging out with dolphins all day and like,
Flipper.
yeah, there's sharks, and I'm like, I'm good, I'm so good.
No, there was the dolphin show. Wasn't it called Sequest?
oh yeah, there was Sequest. There was a
Uh,
That
there was
made
an
me want to
actual
be a marine biologist.
there was an actual show for
Called
Flipper.
Flipper.
Flipper, I
That was
remember
before our
Flipper.
time. The TV
Didn't they
show
do
was
a
before.
movie though?
They did with
Yeah.
Elijah Wood and
Yes. Yeah, he was young. Yeah.
what's her name there? I can't remember.
I just
But yeah,
remember Sequest because it had Jonathan Brandis in it, I think. I don't remember. Sequest. I loved it so much. And I was like in love with the main character, Heartthrob in it too, you know?
Yeah.
they can bring it back, and Ryan Seacrest can be in it. Seacrest and Sequest.
Yeah, just added to his list of things he's doing.
Oh yeah,
Ah,
isn't he doing Wheel of Fortune now? I
something
think.
like that. I think so.
Yeah, he's doing one of them.
He's looking it up. Don't worry.
I am looking it up.
Wow, we've really
Yeah,
We've
it
strayed.
is.
We've strayed on this conversation.
We have. Yeah.
I've I've definitely found paleontologists on Instagram. I'm gonna I'm gonna start reaching out.
Be like,
You're
do
like,
you like
hey, do
emo music?
you? Yeah.
Do you like emo music? And I take it you like dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Uh,
Is an ideal night for you talking about emo music and dinosaurs? Well, then we have a great podcast for you to come on to. It would hook me. I'd be like, I'm intrigued. What's up?
That'd be interesting though. We'd really have to do our research, Chris.
Yeah, you'd have to do some real deep dives into some dinosaurs.
Definitely. I wonder if we should cut it here, Chris, you know?
yeah, you can just cut it now and just,
But I don't know. We'll do the whole, shebang of, thanks for coming on the podcast.
Yeah, no, thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it. This has been an awesome conversation. I like that we were able to talk not just music and other fun things too. So
Yep, we like
it's
to
fun.
we try.
we like to switch it up and change it up throughout the conversation because we don't want it to feel more like, oh, you're interviewing for like a job.
Yeah. Right.
But
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. Yeah,
yeah,
no, this is fun. It had a nice natural flow to it. You guys are fun to chat with. So,
we appreciate the compliments, right, Chris?
uh,